We have some new details about Thor and a specific scene that is going to happen in Avengers Doomsday according to this new report. This scene is going to show us specifically how Thor gets involved with the Avengers once again. We also have some new footage of the Fantastic Four. It's a little controversial at the moment, but don't worry, we'll explain everything. And Robert Downey Jr. recently graced the camera to talk about Ironheart, and in doing so, he showed some Avengers Doomsday crew merch that shows off a little bit of a tease of Doctor Doom. So we'll start off with Thor and how he gets a warning that a cosmic threat is coming. I'll specify that this is for Avengers Doomsday, not Thor 5. Based on what we know about Thor 5, that is coming not only after Avengers Doomsday, but after Avengers Secret Wars as well. So this is a reported scene from Avengers Doomsday coming from Alex Perez at thecosmiccircus.com. When we meet Thor in Avengers Doomsday, he is going to be raising the daughter of Gorr, who we met in Thor Love and Thunder, and at the end, we saw that Thor is kind of the father now of Love, Gorr's daughter. He is raising her now. So when we meet Thor in Avengers Doomsday, he is going to be with Love, and she is actually the key here. At the end of Thor Love and Thunder, Gorr uses his one wish from eternity to bring his daughter back to life. And in doing so, reborn through eternity's power, she does end up sort of inheriting some cosmic abilities. One would assume some power from eternity, since eternity brought her back to life. So, according to Alex Perez from the Cosmic Circus, Chris Hemsworth's Thor, who is raising Love, will be alerted to the cosmic threat through her connection to eternity, and he will join the Avengers. Now, I personally really like this idea because I think it's creative, and I think there's a lot of ways to make this make sense. And it all has to do with that cosmic threat that Alex Perez mentioned. The threat is one thing, but also two different things. Obviously, one of the threats is Doctor Doom. If Doctor Doom really is trying to go take out anchor beings from different universes, which is something that we've heard recently, a rumor for now, not confirmed, but something that we've heard, then yes, he is a true threat to the multiverse, because based on what we learned in Deadpool and Wolverine, if an anchor being dies, eventually that universe will also die. So that makes Doom a quite literal threat to the multiverse. Plus, we all know that eventually he's probably gonna want to control it, or simply control one thing remaining, Battleworld. But at the same time, there is a different threat. And although it does tie to Doom, based on what we've heard recently, it is a little separate, and that is the threat of simply incursions causing the destruction of the multiverse. This would obviously concern all of the cosmic entities in our universe, eternity being one of those entities. We know that our Earth is going to experience an incursion, and it would make sense that the cosmic entities could sense that threat coming. So two different cosmic threats here, even though yes, eventually Doom would lead to the destruction of the 616 universe. But I like this because it involves the cosmic entities again in some way, shape, or form, but it also gets Thor back in the game, because right now, based on the end of Thor Love and Thunder, Thor is out in the cosmos somewhere. He's not on Earth. So one would wonder how he would kind of get involved and know what is about to go down to return to Earth. This explains it, I think, in a great way. But go ahead and let me know your thoughts. Now, like I mentioned, we have a new scene from the Fantastic Four. At least some of it is actually from the movie. Some of it is not. It's for a promo. We'll break this down, but first, make this summer your best season yet with Factor, my partners for today's video. I think most of y'all know by now that I absolutely love and live by Factor meals. Factor delivers nutritious 2-minute meals that make eating well the easiest it's ever been. Just heat it up and enjoy. It gives you the time to do what you want to do. Instead of spending hours a week meal prepping, Factor arrives fresh and ready to eat, perfect for any active lifestyle. And if you're busy like me, Factor is a game changer. They take the time out of prepping and make it easy to eat healthy. With 45 weekly menu options, you can pick gourmet meals that fit your goals. Choose from Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more. All tasting great. I personally love Italian, and their different pasta options are fantastic. Factor powers your day with satisfying breakfasts, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts. They even have wellness shots as well. This summer, make eating healthy easy with Factor. To get started, go to factormeals.com/CosmicWonder50 off and use code CosmicWonder50 off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code CosmicWonder50 off at factormeals.com/CosmicWonder50 off for 50% off plus free shipping. So this new Fantastic Four scene is actually an ad for Little Caesars, and it's in Spanish, but you can check it out here.
Los cuatro fantásticos merecen una pizza fantástica. Una pizza con una combinación de 4 ingredientes diferentes. Yo no soy un ingrediente. ¡No soy un ingrediente!
Los Cuatro Fantásticos, primeros pasos de Marvel Studios, 24 de julio solo en cines.
¡Listo para que me salve!
Compra una Fantastic 4 en 1 a un precio fantástico, solo en Little Caesar.
Now here's the deal. People are kind of upset with this because they say that it looks very much not good. Like they're upset with the CGI of it all, but keep in mind, this is not a final product and it is simply an ad for Little Caesars. Now some of this is in the movie and some of it is not. For example, obviously, Giganto isn't going to be holding a Little Caesars employee in his hand. But he might be holding somebody in his hand because this scene right here is clearly trying to recreate the Fantastic Four #1. This scene is straight from that cover. Also, when the Fantastic Four pull up in the car, we can see the Thing and Sue Storm. That part is probably also really in the movie. But this is not going to be the final product. The final product in the movie will look much better. Now, to break down this scene, like I mentioned, this is Giganto. Again, coming from the Fantastic Four #1, but the real villain here is Mole Man. And we do know that Mole Man is confirmed to be in the Fantastic Four First Steps. We've even seen some leaked photos of an intricate tunnel system that Mole Man has built underground. Now, when it comes to who is going to be playing Mole Man and what role Mole Man is going to have in the film, we've heard a lot of conflicting reports at this point in time. Most people believe that Paul Walter Hauser is going to be playing Mole Man, but again, that's not confirmed at this point in time. And we've heard two different supposed leaks about Mole Man. One is that he is actually going to end up being good in the film. Here's what we've heard about that. Galactus wants Franklin Richards, and we know that much by now based on footage that they've shown. Specifically the one at CCXP where the Silver Surfer is trying to grab Franklin from Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm. And apparently this gets known to the public that Galactus wants Franklin, so they want the Fantastic Four to give up their son to Galactus to spare their planet. So the public turns on them. So they end up hiding out with Mole Man underground. He helps them. That's one thing we've heard, again, not confirmed, just a rumor, because another thing that we've heard is that there is kind of going to be a montage of the Fantastic Four fighting different superheroes in the beginning of the film, and Mole Man and some of his creatures and monsters is one of those villains. So this scene right here is probably from the beginning of the movie where they show the Fantastic Four fighting different villains. And I guess I'll just say it is possible that both of these are true. They could fight Mole Man in the beginning and he could have a change of heart and actually end up helping them in the end, especially if he finds love, which we are hearing that he might. So we'll have to wait and see. But one thing I love is that even in this promo, we see the Fantastic Four using their powers, but we still have yet to see really Mr. Fantastic stretch. We've only had one scene so far, but I kind of like that they're saving it for the movie. The same thing goes with Galactus. And last but not least, as I mentioned, Robert Downey Jr. took to social media to tell people to basically watch Ironheart, and people noticed that on his head, he was wearing official Avengers Doomsday crew. It says Pinewood Studios with the wood highlighted in green because backwards and upside down it spells doom. And also if you flip it upside down, you can see that picture there is Doom. And it looks like it's sort of a design from the Silver Age of Marvel Comics. Classic green, classic silver armor, metal mask, and a hooded cape. Marvel Studios with the MCU has recently been on a comic accuracy look, and I'm all here for it. I love it. And if this is any indication of how they're going with Doom, it looks like they're going to go down that same route. So a tiny little tease here, exciting nonetheless. Go ahead and let me know what you think about all this news in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.